After the Bahrain Grand Prix and the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix proved to be two races dominated by fear of making mistakes in Australia, we saw a different Ferrari team, much more courageous and determined to showcase the true potential of the SF-24 car. And the outcome was clear. A 1-2 finish with Carlos Sainz victorious and Charles Leclerc in second place, marking the first Ferrari 1-2 in more than 2 years. While it is clear that Max Verstappen's brake disc problems and retirement paved the way for Ferrari's triumph at the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne, it is also undeniable that there has been a shift in approach in the third round of the 2024 Formula One Championship. Credit must be given to Frederic Vasseur. The French team principal understood that a passive approach wouldn't trouble Red Bull and demanded an attacking mindset from his team ahead of the Australian Grand Prix. In the statements preceding the Melbourne weekend, he signaled a change in direction. He urged Ferrari to be determined and to take an aggressive approach, to try and put pressure on the rivals who have prevailed in the first 2 races of 2024. And so it was. This spring sees the blossoming of the team which Fred Vasseur has shaped according to his vision, after managing a project, a car and a team that last year was outlined by former Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto. Fred Vasseur is tackling the fear of making mistakes, an age-old issue at Scuderia Ferrari. In Formula One, having winning drivers and a competitive car is crucial, but everyone knows the importance of introducing upgrade packages before rivals, and most importantly, more efficient than the ones of the opponents, hoping to disrupt a certain hierarchy in terms of performance. Let's be clear, in the Japanese Grand Prix at the 5.807-kilometer Suzuka International Racing Course, we will definitely witness a very strong Red Bull who remains the favorite to return to the top, with the RB20's attributes likely to shine on the initial snake of the Japanese track. However, Ferrari does not intend to be submissive. A minor aerodynamic development was planned for the Japanese Grand Prix, in anticipation of the big aerodynamic package for the Imola weekend in Italy, which will be the first European race. The SF-24 will undergo significant changes at the Imola circuit, with notably more extreme side pods and narrower radiator elements. Back in Maranello, efforts are being made to advance the debut of a modified underfloor for the upcoming Grand Prix. It may not be entirely new, but could introduce changes to a portion of it since this crucial performance element is now designed in a modular rather than monolithic manner, allowing for mid-season interventions based on wind tunnel work and accelerating development. According to rumors in the Italian media, we might see something new in the central portion. The production of a complete underfloor has a long and precise timing, while intervention on a part of it is certainly more manageable because it's limited. In the Ferrari racing department, they will try to accelerate plans to provide Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz with an extra tool to keep pressure on Red Bull at Suzuka. But it's possible that surprises are being prepared in Milton Keynes as well. Similarly, McLaren will be very comfortable on the demanding Japanese track and might seek to close the gap to Scuderia Ferrari, so maximum concentration across all departments is imperative in Maranello, especially with the Chinese Grand Prix returning to the calendar after a 5-year absence. Proposing the sprint format with only one free practice session before the qualifying session for the race, and then the sprint sessions, it's advisable not to introduce major updates in China that can be evaluated only throughout 60 minutes in the first free practice session. It is better to dedicate the limited time available to fine-tuning the SF-24 car for the weekend at the Shanghai circuit. The same applies to the Miami Grand Prix, the next stop on the calendar after the Chinese Grand Prix, so either changes are brought forward to Suzuka or a comprehensive package is prepared for the first race in Italy at Imola. The Australian 1-2 finish has contributed to energizing the team with the belief that the Fred Vasseur recipe is the right one.